don't know what that means.
All right, good day. We're already in the thick of it. So welcome back. So just real quick, we made it back from Big Bend. Everything was good. Jeep ran great other than cooking eggs in the console. Got a bunch of things to do today. We're already kind of into it. It's Arts and Crafts Day. In the Tanya doesn't like Arts and Crafts Day. Let me show you what we're doing, or what she's doing while I'm doing other stuff. She's trying to... my steering wheel's all broken and it was hurting my delicate hands.
Ugh.
So I bought one of these things off Amazon. It's like this steering wheel cover, and it had some really good reviews. It's like real plastic leather kind of stuff. And I somehow convinced Tanya to help me, and what I mean by that is do it for me, and it is a struggle. There's some 3M tape it's got to stick, and then you got to sew it and then do all this stuff. And so I think what I'm going to do is just do what I'm doing, and then later on I'll go buy a pizza or something and just, you know, feed her every once in a while, and I'll come wake her up in the morning when it's done. Maybe. I don't know, she's like concentrating. So anyway, what I got going on.
If you choose the pizza, I would like pineapple.
No pineapple on pizza. I got to change the belt in this guy, in Tanya's rig. It's cracked. It's not horrible, but it's showing some stress cracks. I got a brand new belt, so I might as well knock that out while I'm in here. And then I don't know, I'm not feeling it. I did an oil change on hers yesterday, knocked that out, so that's done. I got the air conditioning compressor and the condenser in the two rigs. It's a big job. I have all the parts, I just haven't gotten motivated to do it. So I think I'm going to actually do that now.
Before it gets too hot.
Yeah, Tanya's saying it's going to get really hot, and it is. It's already like 26 degrees Celsius out. And it's going to be probably almost 29 by the time the day's over. So I think I'm just going to crack into it. I'm going to do the condenser in the silver one first, and then maybe if I'm feeling energetic later this afternoon, I'll do the compressor in the black one. I have to go over to the auto parts place and do a Lona tool thing. I think I can get the gauges and the vacuum pump as a Lona tool, so I don't have to buy it. That would be fantastic, because I'm over budget a lot already this year. Yes, we are. So I got to kind of reel it in a little. But yeah, so let's get cracking on this stuff. I'll do the belt first. I'll take you through it. It's just a quick 2-3 minute thing. And then I'll get on that condenser and see if I can get it out. I don't know if I'm going to move machines around. I think I'm just going to do it where it sits. So yeah, stick around. Okay, fan belt. So in the 03 to 06, I think it was 03, they made the change to this tensioner. Instead of having the bracket with the tensioner pulley over here on this side of the motor, they moved it here to the spring tensioner style. It's on the newer engines. And I don't know, I'm on the fence. I think it's good. So I just have a 1/2 inch, this is a breaker bar out of my tire kit, but the principle should be the same. It should just snap in there and then flex down and then just pull the belt off. And then pop that out. So this should come off. Now I had a look at this when it was on, and it looked a little ratty. Yeah, I'll show you here as soon as I get it off. So you can see it's getting cracked. Some breaks in there. The outside is, it's not bad. This could have probably gone another oil change at least, but I've got a new one. And honestly, for the cost that these things are, again, you can see the new one's nice and no stress cracks in it or anything like that. So I'm going to put it on, and then I'll take this one, and this will just strap to this hood grill bracket. And then I'll keep it as a spare on the rig I've got a spare one on my black one over there too in the same spot. So. And that's around that. Okay, got it on for the most part. I just got to get this down and around that. Kind of like that. And that should be it. Okay, belt's on. So, and if, you know, I don't know if you can see it, there's actually a diagram right on the radiator of how it's supposed to go. In case you forget, at least mine still has it. A lot of them probably don't. And that is it. So now this guy. So what I usually do with him is just add some tape. You can zip tie him too, but I just find the tape is easier on the. All right, done and done. All right, so Tanya finished arts and crafts early. It's still light out, which is awesome. So she got it all sewn in, and man, it looks really, really good. So this was like that, like I said, that kit off Amazon. I'll put a link to it in the description below if I remember. If I don't, somebody comment. But yeah, that's it for that. So I couldn't do a bunch of stuff today because I found out that the air conditioning condenser is different between the 97 to 02 and the 03 to 06. And I'll show you why. On the 97 to 02s, the connection is here, and the condenser obviously can slip in and slip out just by unbolting that. On the 03 to 06s, the connection is actually down here on the inside, is what I discovered. Let me see if I can get a better angle. It's actually right there, the 2 bolts. So the way that the condenser goes, it actually goes through the grill housing. You can see it there. So I haven't got my head around it yet. I don't know if I can maneuver that out without taking the rad out. If it'll slide out, I don't think so. But I'm gonna monkey around with that another day. I got to order another condenser, which is fine because the one that I was going to use was for the blue one. So, all right, good day. It's still the same day, multiple videos because we're just cruising along. So we talked about when we went to Big Bend, it was hot. Like, I mean, hotter than 90 Shania in a 2-piece hot.
She's pretty cute.
Hot. So the console was just, it was cooking, and we couldn't, you couldn't even rest your legs against it. And this has gotten so hot that actually the paint is peeling on the gear shift shaft. So I was trying to figure out where all that heat was coming from. And I did this the other day. Let's see if we can get this apart without breaking it. So underneath this boot, you can see it down there, and you can actually see all the oil and grease and everything else. So this boot is completely shredded. That's where all that heat is coming. It's coming out from underneath on the drivetrain. So what I did is this whole kit, when you buy it, there's nothing really kind of aftermarket available. It's all Mopar OEM. And it is like $200 for that boot and the bracket kit together. And I'm way over budget for the year already because we bought this rig. So I cheaped out a little bit. I did some research and I found this boot, and it's the shape is somewhat similar, but it's a lot bigger. But the core boot is still the same. And this is from a, what is it? A 79 to 93 Mustang is what this is for. But once I get this console all out and get the shift boot and everything off, I'll show you it, but it should be able to fit and we should be able to just trim it. And then what I'll do is I'll get some flat metal and we'll just screw it right to the tub. And then I'll put some seam sealer on it or some high temp RTV, and it should serve the purpose. So I'm gonna round up some tools, get this gear shift knob off and start peeling this all apart, and we'll see how she goes. That completely destroyed that. Oh well. Oh.
What was that?
It's just a piece of sticky foam. Well, we'll have to eventually. Okay.
Oh, see, that one's pretty small compared to this one.
It is, yeah, that's what I mean. So I think what we have to do is take this off and then get to it. But look at that, it's completely shredded.
I suppose I'm in the way of that camera.
That's okay. I've never had this apart before, so I'm not wholly sure how this.
Are you remembering how it goes back together? Oh.
Just like that.
Okay.
So now, this should all be 10 millimeter. What'd you do with that 10 millimeter socket on? Should be using my fancy new ratchet that I bought. So this boot is all shredded. This is part of it.
Wow. Like, wow.
Yeah, so that's where all that heat was coming from. Yeah, see, so that's why it's so expensive, because this is actually all one piece. The boot is molded to the plastic.
So tell us what you're doing now?
I'm just cutting out the old boot because it's, like I said, it was molded to the plastic. So if I cut this boot out, if I wreck this, I'll be $180 plus tax, because we have to pay tax in Texas.
Right, but like ultimately it needs to be replaced, so you're $200 in the hole regardless.
Regardless. Well, I'm only that Mustang boot was only 25 bucks, I think. So here's what I'm kind of thinking. Let me just clean this up a little bit here. Oh, I cut into the plastic. Come on. Fighting with rubber. So now what I should be able to do is maybe do this. See, I think, so if I can just trim this up.
And then just put it on.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have to screw it or seam seal it or nothing. I think it'll just fit.
Why can't you just put it on the way it is right now?
Because there's this plastic ridge that tucks it down into here. Oh. So this is the lip that seals it to the tub, right?
Oh shit, I'm not even watching you.
And then this tucks into down in. So if you put this on, see that's what centers it.
Okay.
So the boot has to fit inside this plastic, which we can do easily. Like, I mean easily.
Then you just have to cut the bottom of it.
Yeah, you just got to trim these corners so that this goes up here. And then trim right here. Zoot. And
then are you just putting some seam sealer on that end?
I don't even think I need to, because this rubber seal should seal it.
Oh, but the bottom doesn't have a rubber seal on it.
Oh yeah, down in there. I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, but this should seal it. Yeah, I don't know. I might. Well, that's now that you say that, that's right. I think I have to fasten it in there somehow. These scissors are sharp but dull.
What? They're not dull.
The tip is dull.
Well, you want to cut that off?
Well, I might. It's starting to fit though.
Yeah. Well,
So-
and I think once the heat gets on it, maybe it'll help it. I think once you squish it into place, I think you're going to be.
I just don't want to cut too much of this off.
I don't want you to cut too much of it off either.
I wonder if I can get this stuff off.
Yeah, for sure you can. Why do you want to?
So it'll sit flat. Because it's got weather stripping here.
Yeah,
So I think if I can just do that,
that looks good.
that'll hold it now.
Yeah, and that back will hold it.
Then this, I'll just trim this corner off here a little bit.
Yeah, that looks good.
And now maybe what I can do is just pound a couple of screws through here and here. I think I might have some wafer screws that I can just zip through there. You know what I mean? On the inside here.
Do you need to?
Yeah,
Is
because-
that going to cause an issue when you put it
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. Oh yeah, it will, because if I have them sticking out too far, they
in?
will.
Hold it. Underneath here? No, wait, there you go.
Yeah, see, it's sagging down. So I need something to.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, so that it doesn't fall through and sag.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you had wafer screws, is that what you call them?
Yeah, I got some. Let me go into the toolbox and see. I got this all together, and at this point, it's function over form. I just put some bolts through it with some lock washers and stuff. I don't have any air gaps in there right now, so I don't know how this is going to work, so I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time sealing it up, but it may be worth running a bead of black RTV around here, but we're going to call it good for now. Is that gonna go? Yeah, but I got those bolts in the way on some of them. Yeah, these are in the way. Okay. Let's see if that works. It's gotta go right like that. And boom, around there. So we can zip that down. Okay. So hopefully that does what it should do. And this just shoots around that like that. And I need this screw. So obviously there's a little tiny hole there.
Where's that?
And it's still gonna bleed a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that works. Okay, what had to go?
This stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah,
And then that other thing.
and then I need the plastic thing. Okay, so I got a new shift boot coming.
Babe, pick up that drill for a second.
Oh yeah, this has to go on. Absolutely right. There's another boot.
There you go.
That fits better. Okay, so I got a new shift boot coming because this one's got a hole in it and it's kind of tore up. And this goes on like this. And then it just sits in the, from what I understand, it just sits. Okay, now where's the bezel?
Right
So there's a clip missing and there's the insert missing.
I'm in.
I should put them crossways though. That would almost make sense. Oh, it's the wrong way. Oh, it's the right way. Yeah, this just doesn't seem kind of right.
There you go.
Close enough. All right, now I mangled this shift lever, getting it out. I don't even know where I put it, the shift knob.
Ah, it's right there.
Where?
Picked up that piece of plastic.
So I wanted a new one anyway, but I really buggered this up. There's a insert piece that goes in, and this is just all wore out. So I think I'm just going to ram this in there for now, smooth it out, and then I'll get a new one. Okay, that's that. So hopefully that's going to fix our heat issue. But you can see this boot was completely mangled. It's trashed. Basura. Okay, let's get cleaned up and on to the next, whatever it is. All right, we are done for today. Had to go get cleaned up. Got some things we got to go do this afternoon. So, belts and boots. That was the message for today. So Tanya's rig's done. Nothing really left to do with it other than the standard maintenance stuff, but I just literally did it. I'm still going to try and find an air box for that one. I think I might just bite the bullet and do it because I really don't want to mess around with that cold air intake thing. You know, they're about 150 bucks used. So I don't know. I'm on the fence. I didn't get to the air conditioning, but I did misspoke. The difference on the condenser is from the 97, 98, 99 has the old style that bolts in through the grill. The 2000 to 2006 has the new style that comes through the grill housing. So just make sure if you're going to do that condenser to look at it, or better yet, probably take it to a professional. I might end up doing that. I don't know. We'll see how motivated I feel. But yeah, other than that, I think that's going to do it for today. So, you know, thanks everyone for sticking with us, and we'll see you on the next one.